It's starting to feel like luxury brands just never ever learn their lesson. So yesterday, a big story broke that a Valentino unit was put under court administration over labor exploitation. And to be honest, the circumstances are very similar to what we covered last year concerning Armani and Dior. It's really just a case of them outsourcing to these Chinese-owned factories in Italy and not really caring what goes on in these factories. I have already covered this story very comprehensively on YouTube, but if you don't have hours to spare watching my streams, then you need to read this article via Reuters called Inside Luxury Goods Broken Audit System. It really delves deep into how the audit system works, how brands can exploit it, why is it the case that these factories get away with paying people less than legal wages, or the fact that they're working illegal overtime. How exactly do they get, away with these things? Everything is in this article. But I think what's most shocking for me, to be honest, is the fact that these brands, after seeing what happened with Dior and Armani, didn't learn their lesson and think, maybe we should see exactly how these third-party manufacturers function. Maybe we should do our own research, have an independent investigator go and look at the working conditions. Because in this case, like they're going to do with any other case, and like every other luxury brand is going to do in this situation, they are going to reject liability and say that all the liability falls on the owners of the factory because, it's a third-party manufacturer. We don't run the factory. We don't know how these things run. And someone can say, and an argument can be made, that these brands know exactly what's happening and they're okay with it so long as their profit margins are high. So I just think it's crazy that brands, at a time where people are saying that everything is made in China, there's a lot of misinformation going on online, it's these brands' fault. They have themselves to blame because of things like this, because there isn't enough transparency in the industry. They're not very clear on how everything is manufactured. They're not clear on where their clothing is manufactured. Some brands show, where their factories are, but all of us know that most of these luxury brands, especially the big ones, don't just only manufacture in their own factories. Most luxury brands, if not close to all, work with third-party manufacturers. They're not clear on that, and that affects their reputation. So I wonder how long it's going to take these luxury brands to learn, but we'll see how long it takes.